brothers. What you went from receiving to where, or what was your journey?
Straight to Wallace Ridge.
Can you let everybody know what that is and how old you were when you went there?
I was 17 when I got up there, and that was a level 5? A level 5 prison.
So they sent Travion. I'm gonna break it down from my perspective. They sent Travion in there at 17 years of age, in a level 5 Wallens Ridge. Besides maybe Red Onion, although they could be tied, they got the worst of the worst. Not everybody's a monster. I'm not going to say that, but these institutions, these spreads are designed so that you get sent there if you're a problem in the system, if they deem you a problem, or if you are an actual problem. If you got stabbing charge, you got anything like that, if you got violent offenses, anything, you get sent there. 17 years old, you in Wallens Ridge, not too much movement. What was your next spread? You mentioned Lawrenceville. What was after Wallens Ridge, or did you go straight there?
It was straight to Wallace, from Mecklenburg, straight to Wallace Ridge till I spent 7 years up there, 7.5 years up there.
Then I got you in River North.
Then River North first opened that. I went there.
Oh, you opened River North.
Yeah, I opened that up.
That it was a short stint there, and then you went to Lawrenceville, and then we got our news, and then you went to Greensville to finish your sentence. Yeah,
then I got the part from Lawrenceville, then went to Greensville.
So you hit, well, for me, again, anybody that hasn't experienced the prison system, especially specifically Commonwealth of Virginia, basically all the spreads he named, they what we call big boy compounds. That's where it goes down there. I was on Sussex, Greensville, St. Bride's. I hit Sussex twice because I ran my. Well, yeah, that's another story. We'll get into that one. But yeah, I'm just saying. So I'm thinking, man, 17, Wallens Ridge, making your way through prison. Briefly, though, you're great today, which is a beautiful thing. Maybe you were great the whole way through, because I actually know a brother that I feel like he's a Buddhist monk, and he's still incarcerated right now, unfortunately, but I've never seen that brother upset. What was your experience as far as like mentally, emotionally growing up in prison? What were your thoughts watching certain things? I got locked up when I was 19. I came home at 36. I missed my 20s. And I remember, I'm watching my 5-inch TV back then years ago. I'm watching BET, whatever. 106 in Park was still jump. And I'm, certain songs, I'm like, dang, man, I'm just missing certain things. And that's when it would hit me.
Exactly.
Summertime, I think I had finally made it to a lower level. I was on Haynesville, and it was so close to this trailer park, I could smell the hamburgers cooking on the grill. And I had, man, what was the impact? What were the thoughts as far as growing up? Did you feel like you missed things? Did you feel like you didn't? Like, what's your overall? Because you went.
Yeah, 15. I went away when I was 15. Yeah.
And how long were you? You 14?
Yeah, 14 and a half. 14 and a half years.
So what was that like as far as growing up?
It was tough, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, again, like you've been in prison, so it's like when I was in there, I tried to keep my mind off certain things as much as I can. You get what I'm saying? I know that I'm gonna be living here for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? I try to keep my mind off the what ifs, you know what I'm saying, or the street life. Don't get me wrong, I stayed on the phone and it kept me humbled a lot. But I get off the phone and brush that right off. You get what I'm saying? Because that's, that put you in depressed mode a lot. You get what I'm saying? So I try to, being I wasn't going home, it was like, I got to, I threw the what ifs out as much as I can. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So don't get me wrong, I had my nights and my days and my bunk, share my tears, but it's like, I seen that drag people. You know what I'm saying? Certain people, you see the ones sitting in the park that, then lost their mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I couldn't see myself doing that. No matter if I was going home, I wouldn't allow myself to be one of, you know what I'm saying, the people who then lost themselves, never going home. And I seen a lot of people like that, man, like off medication, and it's like, I can't do that. Like, that'll never be me. He or not, that'll never be me.
We've seen it. You spoke on it. I can say, and that's why I say we've seen guys come in. Hey, man, I know a buddy of mine, this is water under the bridge now, but he used to get money. He used to stay with a a female supporter or whatever he was into, like he do tattoos. I carry himself.
Mm-hmm.
One day, you know what I'm saying? That whatever it was, he started to decline. And what he's talking about is, your ability to stay strong mentally and emotionally in that environment. Because if you let yourself go for too long, you're gonna have your moments, but it's a dangerous slope. And what happens is a lot of times guys end up on medication. The quick answer in penitentiary is to put a guy on Seroquel or Thorazine. If he's stressed or if he has anxiety or if he expresses that he's sad. Of course he's going to be sad if he's in prison, but there should be ulterior motives or arterial routes, and there isn't. And then you got guys that just mentally, they don't, not even with medication, they just lose it. They can't accept the fact that they're sitting in prison. We've seen guys, I can speak on myself, that had less than 5 years that attempted to take their own life because they just couldn't deal with that part. And that's why I say salute to you and your mental fortitude, because it's one thing to stand up with a number thrown at you like that, 118 plus 6. And then it's another thing to navigate without having a definite way out, and to accept that in a sense, like, I'm not going to let it defeat me. So that's
true indeed.
I can only imagine what else you about to get into out here. You gonna run for president? We need it. Never mind. I'm gonna get off. So, man, so you navigating, you stay, mentally strong. Salute to John again, from day one, which is unheard of. Which is literally, usually, I don't know if anybody doesn't get it. People give up. Like,
exactly.
John played
a big factor in that too, man. Cause John once a month, I'm gonna have a piece of paper, a piece of mail coming from John. Like, look, this is what's going on. This is what's going on. So, my hope was humble. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody see the hope, but it's like getting that piece of mail saying we just filed this and this. It gets you like, oh yeah, got a shot. You know what I'm saying? You know how it is in there. Oh, I got a shot. So he kept that, man. I don't care once a month. It was something coming through that legal, envelope saying, this is what we doing. I'm doing this. I don't care what it was. John sent everything he did. He sent.
Yeah. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah. He was very thorough with paperwork, and he was very thorough. He had so much order, like so much order. And I would tell him, I'm like, we need to scan this paperwork into, what do you call them? The little files.
Like a zip drive. Flash drive.
And he'd be like, I'm not doing that. We can do that, Mo, but I'm keeping every piece of paper, everything I've sent. And he would make copies and then it's still stuff in storage to this day. I need to call his friend and see what he's doing. I got a couple of I made sure I took all the Travion files and gave it to him, and he had a lot. It was a lot of paperwork. And John just was he put all of his money into his money. He didn't ask for no money from nobody. And trust and believe me, it was well over $50,000, $60,000 that he put into Travion, because he knew it was such an injustice that he could not wrap around his head why the judge would do that.
Yeah, he was sowing. Salute, man. Let me what was it like, Travion, when you first spoke to Mo? What were your thoughts when you? I feel like in my mind, I don't know if anybody watches wrestling, like Royal Rumble, like a new competitor enters the ring or whatever. Like, I feel like that's like another charge of inspiration. You're like, okay, I got somebody else on my team.
Another fighter
come out of nowhere too. Like,
fighter come out of nowhere.
Okay. What were your thoughts? What was the moment, the day of, or how did it go? Did you get a letter? Was a phone call? Like,
a letter. I got a letter from Monique. And it's like, like you get some mail for certain people trying to, work on your cases, like whatever, man. whatever. But when Mo wrote me her letter, Mo told me, she was like, her first words is, "I'm going to get you home." Like, that was her exact words. Like, "I'm going to get you home." So it was like, well, damn, she done came off this strong. I might be going home.
Hey,
like this, you know.
you got it.
You got to believe in it. Mo definitely was a big help, a big inspiration. You know, like I said, that's her first letter. That's exactly what she said. Like, Mo, you're going to come home. Like, and I think I had got the first part already, and she wrote was like, "That's not enough. Like, I'm not going for this. Don't even know me. I'm not going for that." Like, they had dropped the original sentence to 40 years, and she was just like, that's not enough.
It's not enough. That's not
No,
enough.
it wasn't, because he would have fell under the geriatric law, and he wouldn't been able to go up for probation until he was 65. I was like, what is this? I was like, he's gonna come home an old man, and I was like, which means he not to say that he couldn't, take off, but when you're 65, 70 years old coming home, you go into the existing mode and not living mode, and that's just not what's gonna. I just couldn't settle for that, and then at the time, Governor McDonald, it was a lot of controversy going on with him. So I went in for the kill just for that. As soon as he was exposed for all the stuff that he was exposed for the bribery and all that stuff with his wife, and he was facing time. They were facing time and everything. And I'm like, this is just not fair. And then we found out, like, he didn't sign some paperwork or something. Remember Travion? And they was giving Travion all his time back to 118 years and 6 life sentences. I was pissed. I remember not sleeping for 3 days. I remember that. I said, John, like, what's up? What we gonna do? Because now my boxing gloves is really on. I'm ready to take heads off. In my Brooklyn voice, I'm ready to take heads off. So
psychologically, that would have been like,
it's just too much. And how I'm gonna tell, anytime I got the news, I guess the news I didn't want to get, or to me was bad news, I was so emotional because I'm so invested in this case and so invested in Travion. I'm like, how the fuck am I going to tell Travion and his mother this?
No question.
Because of course John and I would find stuff out first. Like, how I'm going to tell him this when he calls, or how I'm going to go to his mama house and look her in her face, and I got to tell her this or that and this and that. That was very heartbreaking to me. I'm somebody's mother. So like it was very, very heart-wrenching, to say the least. We had hit potholes, we had hit a bumpy road and stuff like that, giving thanks, all praises be to Allah that we're here now. But they tried to fight us back, but my gloves was bigger. I was going for the big KO.
No question. So I want to move to this side of things now. We spent enough there, I feel like. You get the call. Well, how does it go down? In case anybody doesn't know, how did you find out you were coming home?
Through the in the entry pod, like in the parole reentry pod, they'll let you know, like, when you have your what's the meeting called, man? I forgot already, man. It's like how they meet. You say good, yeah, I forgot already. Like, they have your meetings in the afternoon, then you have your meetings in the morning, but they had to, when they first moved in that pod, they told me I had to do a year re-entry. So I had already had in my back of my head, like, okay, I came in February 27th. I should be leaving them out here February 27th. So I was putting the pressure on my counselor. Like, look, the 27th next week now. I mean, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So she had to keep calling Richmond. I was putting the pressure on Mo, calling Mo hour on top of the hour. Like, yo, you heard anything? You heard everything? So I don't think they was telling Monique or my lawyer nothing.
They wasn't.
I don't think they wasn't.
But keep in mind, Travion, keep in mind, you originally they wasn't trying to let you come home to 2021 of April.
Yeah.
Originally,
exactly. Yep.
They were trying to hold them in Greensville for 3 years, and then they cut off 2 years, with stipulations. Like I was like, let them come home with me. and stuff. And so, that's what happened. I said, let him come. And John was like, are you crazy? I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm really not. I'm like, let him come home with me. I said, pass it on to the governor and whatever. Let him be released to me. We moved to a bigger house and everything for him. So he got his own space and everything. And so, and then they cut his time to February 27th, whatever year that was, Trey. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I was gonna ask you to break that down because you said it, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know if everybody who really heard that. Not only did you fight for him, but you said, hey, he can come home, we're gonna get a bigger house, space, he got support, he's gonna be all right. Salute to you. I don't really, Travion, I wouldn't have been sweating either at that point. I wouldn't even, because I'm just sitting in hindsight with you, the dynamic duo, yeah, because you had somebody, a pro bono, and I'm just saying for just descriptive purposes, because he was way more than that, but a pro bono attorney that for 14 years rumbled from day one, and then you had Mo, your advocate, that when she said she was gonna get you home, even if I got to tell the governor you coming home. How did you feel when that part of the conversation came, when it got introduced to you? You was like, hey, whatever we got, I'm with it. Thank you.
Exactly. Whatever you tell me to do, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I would
tell me to, man. But it was even though I was going at that point, it's like even when they called my name that morning, with that night, when she told me like, look, you going in the morning, it's like it was still unbelievable. Like I ain't sleep. I don't even think I took a shower. Like, I couldn't even take a shower.
Yeah, he was a mess. But he knew before me and John did. Remember, Trey?
They told us at our afternoon meeting. She surprised me, and she came in. I ain't seeing her like a week, so she came in and was like, "I've been hearing Blount been putting the pressure on people to call me this and this," and she was like, "You're going home tomorrow, boy," and that was it. And I was in there.
Yeah, that was so crazy. I was like, John, did you get the call? Well, John called me. He said, Mo, did you? I said, no. I said, did you? He was like, hell no. And I remember him saying, what the fuck is this shit? Right? And so I'm laughing and I'm like, no. I said, we'll see. I said, I'm going to wait for Trey to call me. I think I J-paged you. I'm like, call me ASAP. And he told me, I'm coming home tomorrow. I'm like, what? So we had to scramble. I had to take off work. We had to scramble, go rush and fill up my tank and all of that stuff. And I had to tell his mom and his sisters and aunt and them. And I'm like, yeah, we gotta peel out it. We gotta be there like by 7 a.m. And you should have seen Greensville with all of the daggone cops and COs out there. Like he was Charles Manson or something. I was like, oh my goodness.
They had the whole brigade out there, bro.
I was confused about it. I said, all these COs, all these people.
Like, even when they told me, it was like, she told me I was going home, but at the same time, like, I ain't believe it. It was like, I was scared for her. Like, well, what if this happen? Like, what if tomorrow coming and some bull crap that happened? Something else that came up. No,
we all go through it. We all go through it. Let me tell you, that night before is the longest night ever.
That felt like the whole bid. That one night felt like my whole entire bid. That one night.
Well, I know you heard it, Trey. They say you only do 2 days. They say you do your first day and your last day. Those are
exactly. I believe.
Oh wow, that makes sense though.
Now,
I never got that until I was out. Let me tell you something. So when you got locked up, you were 15, sentenced at 16. You do 14 and a half years. You're home. I always like to talk to the brothers about transition, how it was on this side of the things. Let me talk about me real quick. I almost crashed the car 14 times. Let me see what else. I didn't know how to use my debit card at the gas tank. What else did my wife have? Shout out to my wife, man. My wife, she taught me everything I know. It's like I came home and I knew nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Had to start off.
Yeah. Shout out to April. My journey was, I got locked up before social media and a lot of technology. I got locked up in 2003. Hold hopefully he bounces back. Mo, what years or what was it? Because I don't think we mentioned that in the chat. What were the years that he was locked up for?
Trey, you moving around. Come back. What year? What?
What were the years that he was locked up for? Just so everybody knows the time span.
I really can't think. 2008 until 2020.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe 2007 to 2020. Yeah, because it was just, it was almost 14 and a half. So whatever that math is. Well, hello, Travion. That was Travion, what year you got locked up? What year was that? 2008,
2006.
2006.
Wait, hold on, like I'm gonna beat you. Stop moving around. Mama Bear's here now. Are you texting? Because you need to stop texting.
I ain't texting. I'm in the camera.
Oh, okay. My bad. I'm sorry, y'all. You know, I still gotta go into mama mode. I don't care if we live on air. I'm still gonna go into mama mode.
Well, so 2006 to 2020.
Yep, 2006.
Yeah. Okay. So I was off a year. Okay.
Yeah, 2020. Yeah.
Okay. I came home 2020. So this gonna be a good. This is gonna be a good part of the conversation, right? I have not met anybody else that came home So when I came home January 13th, and I looked up. When you come home?
I came in February. A month after you. I came in February.
February 27th.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. How did you feel? Right? I don't. Maybe you looked at it differently. This is how I looked at it. I was waiting to come home, and then I came home, and the world was ending, which we know it didn't end. But at the time,
right,
the pandemic hits. We're supposed to find jobs, which it wasn't that hard for me actually, but it might have been hard because I found a job, but they closed it down because of the pandemic. But we're watching the news, I'm watching the news and all this stuff's going on, and I'm not trying not to deal with the anxiety of coming home. Again, this was my experience. I was nervous when I came home. Did you have any thoughts? Did the pandemic even bother you? Were you just like, yo, I'm glad to be here, don't even matter? Like, what was it like? What was going through your mind? You coming home, locked up 15, come home 14 and a half years later, boom, pandemic.
I was all right. If COVID had to get me, I won't sit still. That's how to get me. It didn't bother me. Like I was out and about. It definitely stopped me from working.
Yeah,
like,
me neither.
Definitely wanted stuff we go through in prison. The flu here, flu there, CAFLA, and I won't trip on no COVID.
I was a garbage.
He was going to work. He definitely was going to work every day. Travion don't miss no money, and Travion he never misses work at all.
Yeah, you like me, bro. I was on a garbage truck on the back of it during the worst time in the history you could have been, pandemic. I didn't get sick though. I got that check. I'll tell you that.
I got that check. I ain't never catch it neither though. I never caught it.
Hey man. So pandemic, you were able to navigate. We just spoke about the work part. You're like me. I didn't care where I worked because I was making 27 cents, 35, 45.
Exactly.
I didn't care. Some guys, when they come home, I know you've seen it. Some guys, I don't want to work there. Man, let me tell you something. I will work anywhere at this point if somebody is not inside that prison, man. Anything that's going to be doing something positive. So you had this great support system. Pandemic, it didn't get too much in the way. Work wasn't an issue. Was there anything that did seem like a hurdle or obstacle for you, or maybe still be now? Is there anything that you like, man? I gotta get on.
Only thing that still bothers me, from the get-go, is electronics and self-checkout. That's the only hurdles.
Self-checkout is ridiculous. Self-checkout is a torture device.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't like it.
Other than that,
he does not like self-checkout at all. He will stand on a line that's wrapped around the building before you do self-checkout.
Hey, better to wait in that line than the microwave line in the penitentiary. I feel you, bro. Hey.
All
I
jokes aside,
feel you.
that's really it. Everything else, as far as coming home, it's been a cupcake, because everything I manifest, everything I thought about, everything that I daydreamed about, I put it into action. You get what I'm saying? Like, I didn't come home and waste no time. That's a lot of people do. They sit around at the prison tables eating their swools, talking about what they're gonna do, and don't come out here and do it. You get what I'm saying? Like, I didn't waste no time. Like, I think I had my job the first week home. I had a job.
Yeah,
I didn't listen to everybody. Take 2 months. Nah. I want a job like now.
And he got it within like 4 days.
Yeah, let me tell you something, man. One thing I've learned in my 3 years, and you probably already know this: do the abnormal things, do the opposite of what everybody else does.
Exactly.
And continue to make the hard decisions. And I promise you, you will be just fine, bro. You already great, but that's what I learned, man. A lot of us, we don't get that. When we come home, we don't get that part. You know, it's not, you want to be outside the crowd. That's where it's easy to move there.
Exactly.
So we talked about that, man. There's a couple more questions I'm thinking about that were in the messenger. Somebody asked if you were married, but you don't have to answer that. Or did you have a love interest? Some young lady. I said, what the heck is going on here, Travion? Yeah, you're a superstar, bro. But
yeah, because Lord knows I run his social media and them women. Goodness.
Yeah, somebody
the fans is it is crazy.
Yeah, somebody immediately was like, I was like, is this legit? I should never mind. I'm not gonna put it, but listen.
Oh no, it's legit. You gotta see his the inbox messages in the social media I run, and I'll be like, Travion, these women, like women are ready to pack up and move here, don't even know him.
Yeah,
and want to be a ride or die and all of this panty shots, boob shots. Like I done seen it all in that inbox because they think it's him.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm like, girl.
Well, you're not on you. Well, we talked about social media. That's not your thing.
Yeah, so on no social media, man.
No. Hey, I know one other guy, and he might be the only thing he is on is YouTube because he watches stuff on YouTube. Outside of that, and I wish I could be the same way, man. That's like a life hack. I think social media takes off 2 years of your life. I don't know.
No, I agree.
I'm
going in, this year is just, promoting my events, my 2 events, and that's pretty much it. But I go up there maybe once or twice, maybe every like 2 days or something now at this point.
Right. Well, guys, I think we're bringing this to a close. We got a lot in. Hey, I didn't know you came home in 2020, which is good. Which is good. Yep. But because nobody came home. I felt like nobody got that part. There was a group of us that came home during the pandemic, and you got it. You're somebody that's maintained being successful, move forward, but not many people did. There were a lot of us that came home that time that did not make it through that part, man. Because it was stressful. You know what I'm saying? I just think about the situation and different things. So you were blessed, man. Your support system. I got to shout out mine as well. Anybody that's out there supporting anybody coming home from incarceration or that is incarcerated, definitely want to salute to you guys. I
want to shout out the wives and girlfriends too, and the moms and the sisters and stuff, because they really the women, of course, we birth a nation, and we're the first teachers and we're the nurturers and all of that great stuff, and the loyalty from women standing with their men. If I see a client, if I go visit people in prison or whatever, majority of the visiting room is women.
No question.
And it's like, please honor your women brothers who came home from prison that are, we're not perfect. Try not to, sometimes the insecurities kick in, because the insecurities is fear for your woman. And, sometimes it can be difficult. Sometimes, your brothers come home and your wives and stuff is acting like a warden. because understand that it's just fear. You know, I felt the same way about Travion when he came home. I didn't even want him to go outside for real. But, you know, he's a grown man and I had to let him just, I'm like, Trey, all I need you to do is just check in with me every day. But, and he, you know, he does that. Like, he's very, very, very protective of me, very protective of me. And, you know, he came out soaring and doing great. But, you know, brothers, if you up here, just be mindful of your women. And if you feel that you cannot maintain a relationship, let her go, because she doesn't deserve that pain. I deal with a lot with returning citizens and their women. Please believe me. So I needed to say that. It's kind of like off topic, but I did need to say that. It's nothing that y'all can't get through. If y'all got through a bid together, shit, you can get through anything else for real, for real. Be very supportive to those who are incarcerated. You're not obligated. Honestly, you're not. But try and be supportive. I try and support as much as I can. Quarterly, I do cards, I do letters, I do, you know, I'll raise a few dollars for if I can put phone time on people's books. And I do, y'all all know I do returning citizen boxes with cosmetics, and I give them out when the brothers and the sisters and stuff come home, so they can have toiletries, a gift card, or whatever. And fun fact about me that nobody knows: when I have a group of people, because I have a lot of pride, so I don't like asking nobody for shit. Every now and then I'll do a post, because I got 30 people coming home within the next 60 days or whatever. I'm doing this, I'm putting these boxes together. But fun fact about me, when I do extra money, well, I mean, if I have to do extra money, I'll go Uber Eats for the brothers and sisters that come home. Just so I can do the boxes, because I know what they need. So for me, this is not a game. For me, and I always show receipts. Always. I don't play with people's money. But I know I'm a little off topic, but I feel like I need to say these things. And thank you to everybody who supported Travion and myself and my movement, anything I do in my movement. Travion came home soaring, and his bedtime is about to hit about 9:30, y'all. But I call him Grant, because he working. He go to sleep by 9:30, like he's knocked out by 9:30 for real.
My bedtime been passed. Yes, I was gonna stay up for this though. But as soon as this go on, I'm gone.
And, you know, I love him for that. He's a great father. A lot of people don't know that he has 2 teen girls. He was a little hot ass at 14 and made 2 babies before he went in. They're a couple of weeks apart, and he's doing good. He's you know, he still has questions, and about having 2 teen girls is a lot. And you know, so it's just like, just seeing him in this element. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of you, Trey. You know how much I love you.
I love you too.
I was gonna ask you how it feels, but
man.
I was about to ask this how it feels to see you on this side of things, but I don't have to, because she's already expressed that.
This is a dream come true.
It's
and I always tell him, I wanted to make sure he got home, and just to see him live life and don't exist anymore means everything to me.
Thank you, Mo.
You need to edit and cut that part out.
But you live, girl. Can't cut that now.
Too late.
I love my baby. He's that's my bonus son, and I shout out to his mom, Angela. I appreciate that she shares him with me, and again, I just love him to death. And things are just going to be better and better and better for you, and I'm going to always be Team Travion to the last breath of me.
Thank you.
Salute to Mo. That's the queen right there, man. I'm gonna come back. We bringing this to a close. We're gonna close it out with Mo. Trey, thoughts anything, messages to the world, just anything you want to say or you feel like anybody needs to know here, whatever's on your mind.
First, I just want to thank everybody, all my supporters from then and still support me now. Thank y'all. Thank you for everybody for coming to Chris live to this interview, and to certain people that's maybe watching this that just coming home or dead time. Just have patience, man. Just have patience to take your time. Don't give up, man. Do not.
That's it. Yeah, you the definition of don't. You need Nike need to sponsor you. The definition of don't give up.
Don't give up. I like that.
I like that too. Let's put that into the universe. I love that. I love that. And I love this platform, Chris. I love everything that you're doing as well. This is great. What you're doing in the podcast and giving people a voice, and people like Travion and I've seen a few of your other podcasts and stuff. Like, you were really born for this.
Thank you.
I'm seriously, like, you were really born for this. You're articulate, you know how to flow. This is so dope. Like, I'm so proud of you. And life has never, ever been that guy that changes on you. Never. And like, I've known him for 9 years. He's shout out to Freddie too. Him and Freddie, like, my favorite people in the world.
My counterpart.
My favorite people in the world. But that's about it. Just everybody, just, if you know somebody incarcerated, just send them a kite tonight. Send them a letter. Put $10 on their books, 15. That's gonna mean the world to them. Send them a card. It's gonna mean the world to them. Seriously.
I'm gonna bring this up and I'm gonna close it right here. This was my favorite comment. Shout out to everybody that was in the chat tonight, a part of the live. Shout out to everybody that's just supporting the content. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. Again, special thank you to Travion for jumping in here, man. I'm excited to see what else, what's in front of you. To learn that you're a father. I didn't know you were a father. You know what I'm saying? That's an amazing thing. So salute to you. We need more black fathers, not black daddies. We're gonna have that topic up here soon, so you might want to jump on that. But we'll do. Yes, salute to you, man. Definitely, we can. I'm here. I'm here. I'm just here to see it. I'm just here to witness it. And I wish and pray nothing, you know what I'm saying, but blessings, prosperity, and progress to you, to my sister Mo, and just peaceful transitions or wherever you want to go in life, man. You deserve it. You endured something that mentally and emotionally that unfortunately too many of us have, and it's looking like too many of us will, until something changes. So I see the strength in you, brother, and I want to say that to you.
Thank you.
I see that. Yeah, I see a heart. I see a good heart. I deal with people, man. I deal with so many people, Travion, day to day, and I see a heart. You don't see those in this world nowadays. So, talking to you for the first time in this way, I see what Mo was fighting for, who she was fighting for. So salute to you as well, Mo. You, my sister. I'll talk to you in a few. Monique Yesenia, awards dinner, April 27th. 23rd. 23rd. I know I got to come back to the Commonwealth so much. I got to come back like May 7th, but April 23rd, she's honoring a bunch of dope black women that are doing awesome things. And I'm going to shout out my wife, April Willis, as being honored as well.
Educator of the year.
Educator of the year, man. So definitely, man, salute to you for your event. Salute to you guys one more time. And salute to everybody, man. Good night. It's me and Travion. I know Travion's going to bed. What?
If they want to purchase tickets, they can go to www.Monique Yesenia. It's really Yesenia, but everybody says Yesenia. MoniqueYesenia.com. The tickets is actually moving really fast. And so, like, if you want to copy a ticket, please cop a ticket. Come out and support Life's Wife. and all the beautiful Black women from the 757, from Philly, from like we have some dope women. And then I'll be having my next reentry award ceremony in September, and I'll actually be honoring life.
I
So
can't wait. I've been wanting to come. I see the pictures. I always want to be a part of it. I can't wait.
so it's been a beautiful thing doing that and honoring returning citizens, and I wanted to put the spotlight on the great work that they're doing. Shout out to Brother Khalid and shout out to Banky. Before we hang up, I know we got to go, but I do want to say
Oh,
Banky
shout out. Yeah,
Pound.
all shout outs.
Banky Pound, I love you so much because when Travion went into Wallens, Banky took him under his wing, and looked out for him. So I want to shout out Banky. Banky's the sweetest person ever, and he gives the greatest hugs. And he really does. And so I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Bank. Brother Khalid is he's in a class by himself. I love him so much. He's giving back so much to the community, and he's pouring into our children, and he's so very supportive. So shout out to those two brothers. I love y'all, and thank you for always checking on me and just being there for me. I appreciate it.
Travion, any shout outs before we go?
Yeah, man, my main man, Banky Pound too, man. And everybody who came and watched our live today, man. Thank y'all, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Salute the bank. Salute the Catchmore. Salute to Derek Redmond. I'm thinking about some names, some guys that were behind the wall. Yeah, man. Salute to everybody. My mind, I'm tired. I've been up forever, just like everybody else, grinding.
Mm-hmm.
Charged in my mind and not my heart, man. Salute to all the advocates. Salute to the family members. And yeah, take care of our women, protect our women. To anybody that's watching this, that's got a woman that's with them, be with them. That's the best thing I did was to fight for my marriage, stay in my marriage, and keep going with my marriage. So, yeah, that's a word of encouragement. Again, Travion, Mo, salute to y'all. It's my bedtime. I'm tired.
So is Travion.
I really appreciate y'all. We can have conversations about serious things without it being all heavy, man. So yeah, I'm glad for that. And hey, I'm here for the ride, man. Salute to y'all. Many blessed years ahead. Let's get it done.
Peace. All right, bro. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Good night.